Hey friends, I love to take the early part of Thanksgiving week to make my family's favorite chili recipes and test out some new appetizers before all the Christmas parties start. It's a festive way to start the season, and it's a win for us all. My family feels special and gets to taste test and enjoy the food, and I get 3 nights of dinner made ahead before all the big prep on Wednesday night. So kick back, relax, and enjoy these delicious chilies and new party appetizers with my family. We're going to start on Monday with a white chicken chili, and I'm going to make this in the crock pot. I'm spraying that really good. It calls for 2 of the large cans of chunk white chicken breast, but I have some shredded chicken that I have already cooked and had in the freezer, so I'm going to use that. You could also use rotisserie or even fresh or frozen chicken breast in here. I'm going to put in 2 15-ounce cans of Great Northern beans, and none of the things I'm putting in are going to be drained or rinsed. Also going to put in 1 can of the rotel diced tomatoes and green chilies, and 1 15-ounce can of sweet whole kernel corn. Just going to season that up with a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm also going to put in 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1 teaspoon of onion powder. I'm going to throw in just a spoonful of minced garlic as well. And I've got 2 packs of McCormick White Chicken Chili Seasoning Mix, and I use both packs in here. And I'm also putting in 1 can of cream of chicken soup. Going to add in 4 cups of chicken broth. Give that all a nice big stir. Now I'm going to put this on, and I let mine cook on high for 2 hours. Then I cut it over to low because my chicken was already cooked. If you had fresh chicken in here, you could cook this on high 4 to 6 hours or on low for 6 to 8 hours. Once you've got your soup good and hot and thoroughly done, just give it another big stir, and we're going to take an 8-ounce block of cream cheese and mix it down into the soup. I like to chunk mine up in smaller pieces. It just seems to help it melt into it a little bit easier, and I do leave mine sitting out to get softened for just a little while before. Now I'm going to put the lid on this and let it set for about 30 more minutes, just kind of keeping my eye on it, and then continue to stir that. I'm just going to make some simple cheese quesadillas to go with this, and this is a recipe that I originally saw on Moss Family TV. You guys have probably seen Falon's channel. If not, I'll leave it linked below, but this was a friend of hers recipe, and their families were getting together, and they actually made this outside on the open fire, and I just thought that was so neat. We like to serve ours on tortilla chips with just a little bit of sour cream and cheese over the top, and stick those little quesadillas down in there. This is just a chili that I don't ever think about making that often until it gets cold, but we absolutely love it. I don't know why I never think of it. Like to make this along with another chili at the first of the week, and then we can mix and match whichever of these we want the first 3 days of the week. The next chili I'm showing you is my good old faithful Chili-O chili. I've been making this little simple recipe for over 30 years now. I think my mom helped me come up with this when I first got married, and I was looking to make homemade chili, but I just didn't really know where to start. Simple, basic ingredients, but this little Chili-O packet is what takes it over the top. If you've never used this seasoning pack, it's amazing. I just start with 1 pound of ground beef. I drain the grease off of it, and then I'll throw some onions in there to soften up with it. Into this, I'm going to add a large 27-ounce can of Bush's chili beans. Also going to add in a large 29-ounce can of Lux pinto beans seasoned with pork. Going to add in a can of rotel, diced tomatoes and green chilies, and a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. And I always go back and fill that can up with water and add it in. Then I just stir in my Chili-O packet. None of these beans were drained or rinsed or anything in a chili, you just want all of that goodness down in there. I just bring it up to a boil, stir it a few times, and I put the lid on it and just let it simmer. I've eaten this in as quick as 10 minutes, and I've let it simmer as long as an hour or more. This chili is amazing. It always pleases everyone. It has a wonderful flavor, but it's not spicy hot. We absolutely love it, and we love it with all the fixings. I like to knock both of these chilies out on Monday night. Then I can put one of them back. We can eat on one, then the next night we'll have the other one. Then on Wednesday night, I pull out leftovers and add a little something special to go with this, and we're set. And I'm ready to prep for Thanksgiving on Wednesday night without having to clean up a big mess. On Tuesday night, I'm working on a couple of new little treats that I wanted to try. This one is a Mexican spinach dip. And just ignore that red bell pepper there. I had fully convinced myself that was in this recipe, but it's not. I chopped it up and everything. But this one starts with 1 block of cream cheese. And then into that, we're going to add 1/3 cup of sour cream. You just want to mix that up a little bit together, and then we are going to fold in 2 cans of rotel, and these have been drained thoroughly. We're going to add in a 10-ounce box of frozen spinach that I have thawed and really squeezed all the water out of that, and then we're going to put in an onion that I've chopped up fairly fine. You just want to fold all of that in together. We're going to put in here about 3 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. Then we're going to come in with some seasonings. We're going to use about a teaspoon of salt, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, and a 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder. And that gives this dip the flavor. It is so good, that little bit of spice. Mix all that together. Just going to turn that out into an 8x8 greased baking dish, and we're going to cook that at 350 degrees for about 25 or 30 minutes till it is golden brown and bubbly. Oh my goodness, we are hooked on this. This is our new favorite spinach dip. We love these flavors in here. This would be great to eat with some crusty French bread. We just use tortilla chips with ours. And this is going to be awesome for Christmas. You can make this ahead and put it in the refrigerator and then just bake it maybe 5 minutes longer whenever you go to actually cook it. The flavors are perfect in this. It's not spicy hot. It's just super flavorful. And the spinach and tomatoes, cheese make it awesome. And now we're going to make some little white chocolate cinnamon sugar pretzels. We're going to start out with a large mixing bowl. We're going to put in 2/3 cup of vegetable oil. We're going to add in 1/4 cup of regular white sugar and 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Going to add in 2 big tablespoons full of cinnamon. Once you get that mixture all stirred together good, we are going to gently fold in about 16 ounces of pretzels. You just want to make sure that you get everything thoroughly coated. Be real gentle with them and just take your time and get everything coated in that goodness. Now I've just got a parchment lined baking sheet, and I'm just going to spread these out. Try my best to get them in one layer. And then this is so quick and easy. These are going in a 200-degree oven for 10 minutes. And I am going to pull them out after 5, and I'm just going to very gently stir them, just trying to use this big light spatula that I have just to kind of flip them around a little bit and recoat everything, kind of like making Chex Mix, really. You just turn it and make sure nothing's burning and everything's getting coated. Once I get them back out in a flat layer again, I'm going to put them back in for 5 minutes. Then I'm going to bring them out, and I just wanted to stir them one more time to make sure everything was nice and coated. And then is the hard part. You just have to let them dry and cool. So I was just getting ready to wash my face and go to bed, and I just happened to remember something. Look who I forgot about. These guys right here. I stuck them inside the oven. I wasn't using the oven, and you really have to let them dry really good. Look at that cinnamon sugar on them. They're delicious just like they are. But I was letting them dry, and then I was going to put some chocolate on them, and I forgot. Y'all ever do stuff like that? Put something down somewhere and then forget about it? Little midnight snack anyway. So I actually did just leave those in there to dry out the rest of the night. I took about a cup of those white chocolate chips, melted those down in the microwave a few seconds at a time, and stirred them, and just drizzled that over the top. Look how pretty they are. And then again, you just gotta wait. You're just waiting for that chocolate to set up, and that didn't take too awful long. And then you just kind of break these apart. They come apart real easy. I cannot tell you how addictive and delicious these little pretzels are. We made the quickest work of these. So if you make these on Tuesday night and you're wanting to give your family something to munch on when you're cooking Wednesday night, you better hide them, because we just went to town on them. Look how that sugar and cinnamon just sticks to these and coats them, and then just every so often you get a little bite of that chocolate. This is delicious. I've said before that I'm a firm believer in doing things the easy way and doing what I can ahead of time so that I can enjoy the time making memories with my family. I really feel like that's been reflected in the Thanksgiving videos that I've put together this year. I've got them listed on the screen for you in case you've missed any of them. Thank you for being here, and until next time, have a very happy Thanksgiving, and I send you lots of love as always from my kitchen.